Hello everybody, Jonathan Doyle with you once again. Welcome as always, my friends, to the Catholic Teacher Daily Message. So good to have you here. What do we do first? We subscribe, so please make sure you've subscribed. Hit the subscribe button here, the notification button. If you're on the podcast version, please subscribe. And of course, grab yourself free access just below here to the Catholic Teacher Formation Program for Catholic teachers. It's called Going Deeper. It's got 10 weeks of free content just for you. Grab that. Today, we're going to talk about a quote from one of the great doctors of the church, a spiritual giant, no less, Catherine of Siena. Let's do it. Start being brave about everything. Drive out darkness and spread light. Don't look at your weaknesses. Realize instead that in Christ crucified, you can do everything. Boom. I love every time we hear that, the church is anti-women and we overlook these absolutely giant women. Teresa of Avila, Catherine of Siena, Therese of Lisieux, Teresa Benedicta of the Cross. Where do we stop? We have so many luminous women dropping truth bombs like a carpet bombing campaign from the heavenly realms. And this is a good one. She's telling us to be brave. She's telling us that we've got to start realizing that through Christ crucified, we can do everything. She tells us to drive out darkness, bring in light. Wow, it's like a bucket of ice water dumped on your head, that quote. It's like, start being brave. Churchill said, that, the brave person isn't braver than the person next to them. They're just brave for 5 seconds longer. Bravery is something that we have to choose to do. What are we going to be brave about? We're going to be brave about loving young people, teaching the truth, standing up to subversive doctrines and ideologies in our Catholic schools that are toxic, that are evil, that are stripping young people away from truth. We're going to start to be brave about that. We've had issues, here in our own country where Karen and I have had to step up to the plate over issues affecting the school system. And I'm a pretty easygoing guy until I'm not. And I'm kind of like, I don't want to have to deal with this, but I'm getting sick of it. I'm sick of having to deal with the lies. I'm sick of having to deal with the laziness and obfuscation and sophistry that can hide some really toxic ideologies in our school systems. And we need to be brave about that. Because we need to be brave, because our enemies are brave. They've got no problem. They're going to go in there and try and ruin kids, and they don't care. So Catherine of Siena is telling us to be brave, to drive out darkness. When we see darkness and evil and wickedness and lies, to go after it, to bring in light, because she's telling us, guess what? It doesn't depend on you. You don't have to be perfectly psychologically whole. You don't have to be super confident. What you need to do is claim and live in the power of the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ, who's trampled every enemy under his feet. And we're not even talking yet about his mother, because she's crushed the head of the serpent and we got her on side too. So when it really comes down to it, and friends, this is not Catholic triumphalism. This is not like, well, we're the Holy Roman Church and we're going to run in there, and those days are gone. We're now in a guerrilla campaign. We're now in a kind of subversive campaign of speaking truth in hidden places and having the courage to stand up to certain authorities and say, no, this is not okay. But you're not doing it in your own strength. You're not doing it in your own strength. If I've learned one thing really in the spiritual journey now, and it's really where my spirituality is at the moment, is abandonment to divine providence. Have I told you about the litany of surrender, Father Ruotolo? I pray that every day. Prayed it this morning. Oh Jesus, I surrender myself to you. Take care of everything. Oh Jesus, I surrender myself to you. Take care of everything. 10 times on the rosary every day. People are like, oh, you're just one of those Catholics into piety and you just want to do these little rituals. No. I just have a system for realizing that I can't do almost everything that needs to happen in the world. And I need the indwelling of Christ through prayer and abandonment to help me be who he needs me to be. And Catherine Siena is a doctor of the church. She's so much smarter than me. You don't have to trust me. You could just say, Jonathan, you crazy. You crazy. But Catherine of Siena is telling us. She's just telling us. She's just saying, you know what? Drive out darkness. Bring in light. Be brave. Because in the crucified Christ, you can do everything. So don't take my word for it. It's hers. So can I ask you, is there something in your school you need to be brave about? Is there some darkness in your school that you need to drive out in the power of Christ? Is there some light in the life of one of your students? Do you sense from one of your kids, one of your students, that there's some darkness there, there's something going on that you're just noticing? Do you need to bring light into that prayerfully, appropriately, pastorally? Because in the crucified Christ, if you're not going to do it, who is? It's not all on your shoulders. It's on the shoulders of the one who bore the wood of the cross. But he's also looking for us to get busy. God bless you. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the podcast. Hit those buttons. Grab yourself free access to 10 weeks of the Going Deeper program for Catholic teachers. My name's Jonathan Doyle. God bless you, and I'm going to have another message for you tomorrow.